red tape that the law is rarely ever applied. He intends to change that.
I want to look at that law. People must keep their place clean, man. And if they don't, the parish council must be able to go in, clean it, send them the bill, and if they don't pay, well, go join the line at the auction.
He also reiterated government's commitment to increasing property tax collection. New measures will be announced in March to address that. And those were the stories making the news today. For more information, please visit our website at www.jis.gov.jm. Stay with us. Jamaica Magazine continues.
Broken homes, broken people, desolation, desperation. Just 300 miles away, our brothers and sisters in Haiti are crying for help, our help, your help. Join the JIS and the ODPEM as we collect canned food and other non-perishable items for the earthquake victims in Haiti. Their lives depend on it. Leave your donations at the JIS, 58A Halfway Tree Road, Kingston 10, Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Or take your gifts to the ODPEM, 2 to 4 Haining Road, Kingston 5, Monday to Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or make cash donations at any branch of NCB, account number 212387304. Together we can make a difference. Together, we can help Haiti.
Renewables and renewed production will be explored as JIS TV's Rewind 2009 continues today with a review of the Ministry of Mining and Energy.
Identifying and implementing cheaper sources of energy and keeping bauxite alumina production going were the issues topping the agenda for the Ministry of Mining and Energy in 2009. The ministry set the framework for its development agenda last year with the creation of a newly revised energy policy document.
We've had commendations from all around the world that Jamaica's energy policy is now a world-class document. Without a policy, you cannot have investment. You can't have investment in renewables. We're all speaking about wind, net metering, wheeling, all these terms. We cannot implement them without a clear policy because people do not invest in the dark.
The document was tabled in Parliament after national consultations and comments from a wide cross-section of society. The end result revises the 2006-2010 Energy Policy Green Paper. It's in keeping with Jamaica's long-term plan to achieve developed country status by 2030 as articulated in the Vision 2030 Jamaica National Development Plan. 7 key objectives of the policy are securing energy supply through diversification of fuels and the development of renewables, modernizing Jamaica's energy infrastructure, developing renewable energy sources such as solar and hydro, achieving energy conservation and efficiency, creating a comprehensive governance regulatory framework, enabling government ministries, departments and agencies to be the model leader for the rest of society in terms of energy management and eco-efficiency in industries.
We worked hard. The ministry really went to task to get it done. The permanent secretary at the time did a good job. All in all, we were very happy that we were able to pull this together with the stakeholders.
As part of efforts to reduce the island's heavy dependence on imported oil for energy, government agencies were instructed last year to lead the way in conservation by cutting monthly energy consumption by 15%.
If we are able to use solar
especially in schools and institutions such as schools, it will make a big difference because schools do not burn much electricity when the peak demand of the evenings and the mornings. So if we are able to get these systems into the schools where you're really burning electricity between 8 in the morning when the national demand is down and coming out of off the grid when it is high in the evening, you will have the greatest results.
But with no single conservation effort sufficient to reduce the country's energy bill to a desirable level, a program for householders was also considered by the Ministry of Mining and Energy.
The ability for small householders to put in solar water heater systems and solar systems that are producing energy and sell back to the grid, that's part of the policy that's coming.
The PCJ in February invited a Norwegian marine geological company to survey Jamaica's territorial waters for oil and gas deposits. The exploration exercise involved the projection of sound waves from a source on board the vessel strong enough to penetrate the seabed. Efforts to diversify the country's energy mix were accelerated in 2009 with the island-wide rollout of the ethanol blend of fuels. Both the 87 and 90 grade fuel blends of ethanol became available on the market.
It is at this time, or it should be at this time, the only petrol on the market. We have to accept that at some point the environment comes first and diversifying our petrol mix comes first. It protects us for the future.
A policy was also developed to guide the creation of a biofuels sector. This is in line with a trilateral arrangement entered into between Jamaica, Brazil, and the United States to promote clean energy.
Our energy policy, in particular, promotes renewables in our energy mix and biofuels as an absolutely important element here.
The decision was made after years of careful work that with consideration of the environment and where the world was going, and also new technologies, that we would use liquefied natural gas as the way forward.
Companies have been invited to take up bids for the build-out of the gas infrastructure. Electricity generation was boosted during the year in review. The Jamaica Public Service Company Limited added 10 megawatts to the generating capacity at its Bogue power plant in Montego Bay. The US $8.5 million electricity expansion can supply electricity for an additional 30,000 households using an average 170 kilowatt hours per month. The island's electricity generating capacity was further upgraded in December last year, this time by clean energy. The Constant Spring Hydroelectric Plant was rehabilitated through a joint initiative of the JPS and the National Water Commission. The Jamaica Public Service Plant, which had been out of service since 2001, is powered by the Hermitage Dam and Wagwater and Boar rivers. This added 0.77 megawatts of electricity to the national grid, allowing savings of approximately US $600,000 per year in fuel costs.
When you look at this plant and you see no emissions or very little carbon emissions, I would venture to say none. This is the future.
According to the minister, there are plans to have at least 7 more hydropower plants in operation to complement the existing 6. Last year, there was some not-so-great news. A ship transporting crude oil to the Petrojam oil refinery collided into the company's dock, temporarily disrupting service. Government quickly put contingency plans in place to avoid disruption in the supply of petroleum products by acquiring floating flex pipes needed to offload jet fuel, gasoline, and automotive diesel oil. The pipes are being kept as backup at the dock in case of future occurrence. A worsening global recession took a toll on the bauxite alumina industry in 2009. World aluminium prices fell drastically, resulting in major producers cutting back on production. Government then looked to international interests to secure special market arrangements. By the end of the third quarter of the year, Center and Bauxite Partners Limited announced plans to boost production levels to 4.2 million tons per year